Welcome back. Today our list is Top 10 Greatest Pass Rushers. Please like and subscribe and comment. Let me know what you think of my list. Now let's have a debate. Honorable mention. This list was very tough, but my 5 are Michael Strahan, Terrell Suggs, Ricky Jackson, Jason Taylor, and Richard Dent. Number 10. Julius the Freak of Nature Peppers. Peppers was the Rookie of the Year in 2002. He's a 3-time All-Pro, a 9-time Pro Bowler, and he ended his career with 159.5 sacks. Number 9. Chris Dolman. Dolman is a member of the 2012 Hall of Fame class. He's a 3-time All-Pro. He's a 9-time Pro Bowler. He ended his career with 150.5 sacks. Very underrated. His 1989 season, he had 21 sacks. Number 8. Alan Page. Page is a member of the Hall of Fame class of 1988. He was an NFL champion in 1969, NFL MVP 1971, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 6-time All-Pro, 9-time Pro Bowler. He ended his career with 148.5 sacks. In 1976, he had 18 sacks. Number 7. John Wayne Youngblood. Youngblood is a member of the Hall of Fame of class of 2001. He's a 5-time All-Pro, a 7-time Pro Bowler. He ended his career with 151.5 sacks. He is one of the greatest pass rushers of all time. Number 6. Kevin Mean Machine Green. Green is a member of the Hall of Fame class of 2016. He was the Defensive Player of the Year in 1996. He was a 3-time All-Pro, a 5-time Pro Bowler. He ended his career with a whopping 160 sacks. He had back-to-back 16-sack seasons in 1988 and 1989. Number 5. Derek D.T. Thomas. Thomas is a Hall of Fame member of the 2009 class. He was the NFL Man of the Year in 1993. He was the Defensive Rookie of the Year in 1989. He's a 2-time All-Pro, a 9-time Pro Bowler. His 1990 season is remarkable. He ended the season with 20 sacks, but he had 7 in one game, which is an NFL record against the Seahawks. He ended his career with 126.5 sacks. Unfortunately, Thomas was killed at the age of 33 in a motor vehicle accident. No doubt, if Thomas would have played 3 to 4 more years, he would be one of the 2 or 3 greatest all time. Number 4. Deacon Secretary of Defense Jones. Jones is a Hall of Fame member of the class of 1980. He's a 2-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, 5-time All-Pro, 8-time Pro Bowler. Jones ended his career with 173.5 sacks. That is 3rd best all time. Jones was man amongst boys in his era, by far the greatest defensive end. Some argue he's the greatest pass rusher to ever live. Number 3. Lawrence L.T. Taylor. Taylor is a 2-time Super Bowl champ, a member of the 2019 Hall of Fame class. He's a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. He was Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's an 8-time All-Pro, a 10-time Pro Bowler. He ended his career with 142 sacks. Many believe he's the greatest pure pass rusher of all time. Number 2. Bruce Sackman Smith. Smith is a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's a member of the Hall of Fame class of 2009. He's an 8-time All-Pro and 11-time Pro Bowler. Smith has 200 career sacks. That is most all time. Number 1. Reggie Minister of Defense White. White is part of the 2006 Hall of Fame class. He's a 1-time Super Bowl champ, a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, an 8-time All-Pro, a 13-time Pro Bowler. He is second all-time in sacks with 198. One of the absolute greatest players I've ever seen play. I remember as a child seeing Reggie White manhandle guys, throwing them to the ground with one arm.